So we're gonna go over the video photo studio over at AICAIE today. I'm gonna be going over most of this equipment here, along with the how to set up the video cameras and stuff like that. So let's go start plugging some stuff in. So this is our green screen rig, and we're gonna pull out the cameras which are stored in here. And do the whole shebang today. Clean some stuff out of the way so we can get to these cameras. Alright, so what we're looking for is just a 2-camera shoot. We're going to pull these out here. And then right here is where we keep our cables. There's 3 cables here. We have the camera 1 cable. And then where these plug in, what I like to do is run these up and around twice, just so it keeps the tension here, as opposed to all on this head when it gets plugged in. So this extension cord will go for the monitor. We can set that off to the side for right now. These go into this right here. There's a connector, so these pins all match up in a certain sequence up there, and then there's going to be a king pin that goes in a certain way. Sometimes you can twist it, and then it twists into there. And then we have this BS in and BS out connector here, and these will actually go into this little spot right here. So, and then it shows in and out. So we're going to take our BS out, and it's a twist B and C in there, and then our BS in, and get it as best we can into that and twist it in there. So this is what our full camera should be looking like set up. We still have the extension cord that we have to plug in, and then we also have the headphones that need to get plugged into. So let's get that plugged in. And then this just plugs into the cable that's hanging down here. This provides the power to the monitor that's going on right here for the teleprompter. So we'll want to turn that guy on. Power button's right there. We'll also want to make sure the camera is on, and we'll also want to make sure our viewer monitor is on. So camera power is right here. And it's already in the on. Nope, that one's in the off position. We're going to go to the on position on that one. You won't see the power come up until we actually turn on the other one, or the control unit for this. And we want to make sure our headphones are plugged in for this too. So there's a set of headphones or a comm. And then these are going to go right here on the edge. And in it goes. So that should be one full setup camera right there. So if we do that, that's what it'll look like. And let's move to the next one. So camera 2, or the cable for the camera 2 is here. And we're going to do the same thing that we did on that camera 1. For the other cameras, we're going to do on this camera. Pull a little bit of slack out so you have something to work with. And same thing. We're going to go up into this and screw it in. And BS in and BS out. White one is out, black one is in. Okay, and then this one's already got the headphones plugged in on it, or the comm plugged in on it. We'll take the extension cord off the handle. And let's get this guy plugged in. And same thing here. Alright, this one is actually on the on position already here, so we're good there. We'll want to turn on this teleprompter monitor right there. And that looks good. The other thing we may have to check is this monitor here. Make sure that the power is actually on it, which it looks like it is. And let's check this other one. It's already on, so as soon as we fire that one up, we should be good to go. So the power comes in through this jack here, and then it's sent off to the power unit. This is like a Clearcom talkback video switcher, power switcher, which runs most of the stuff on this thing. On the handlebars, you've got a focus ring here. This will allow you to adjust the focus. And then on the other side, you have a zoom. You have a zoom in or a zoom out. And then you have some iris control here. Buttons, you can program these different buttons for different things. They're set up for either switching to record, or you can also do it as a look back monitor. So what you're seeing in this monitor is actually what's going on the screen in there, or being broadcast out. So you have the screen here, you have a viewfinder here. A lot of the stuff that's external is already in lieu of other stuff, like you already have a monitor for the viewfinder and the LCD here. Within here you have controls for like audio. We're not plugging in audio mics, so a lot of this stuff isn't going to apply to this, but if it was on a Rogue case or something like that, it would then come out. A lot of your video controls are going to be right here or right here on the front. You have an ND filter that allows you to change stuff. Once we fire up these cameras, I'll kind of go into that a little bit more. And then you have some comm controls here. So on the first part here, you have the highest one. Let me get some light so we can see. We have on mic, and then off on the mic, and then the down is PTT, which is push to talk. I found with students and faculty that if you just leave it on the on, it allows them to all communicate at the same time. And then they can all hear each other too without being stuck on or just being stuck off. Once we get the rest of this fired up, we'll kind of go over details more of it. The teleprompter is here. That's used by a see-through mirror or piece of glass. You shoot through it, the words come up here, and once we kind of get this fired up, I'll show you more of it. The monitor's there. You may have to adjust depending on if it's ever been used or not. And I think that is it for the cameras. I try to leave as much coil out of the way of the cameras, so as they're rolling around, they can have a cable spooler, somebody to run it. But then if they need to come back, they have enough room to actually come back. Alrighty, I think that is it for this room. These are the CCU units for the camera. I'll go over that in a second. Let's turn some light on in there. So let me go over this light board quickly. Alright, so our light board, you have your masters here, and then you have an X and a Y. Most of the time you're going to be using X, so you just take it all the way up. The only change you would do is if you had something different for on an X and Y. Usually they have two banks of this, and so you have the ability that this is your X scene, this would be your Y scene. But that's not really a big deal, since most of the time the studio is just on for us. So what happens right here is these are your masters. You want them all the way up. You have a grandmaster, which is like a blackout switch, and then you have an XY, which allows you to switch between the cross scenes. So like if X was full, which is what we're doing here, and then Y was at a lower setting, there's your master for Y, but they still end up bleeding into here. So to me, this doesn't necessarily mean it's not important, but not something we don't use here. Our lights have all been labeled here. 3 and 4 are the little LED spots that we have out there. And then the rest of these are the overhead lights. Let me go walk out there and I'll show you what just turned on. And because they're fluorescent, they'll take a second to warm up. And it looks like we have one that's either unplugged or being funky. I'll pull the ladder out. But these are the two LED spots right here that I'm walking into. And then we have fluorescent all the way around. For the green screen and for just general wash light screen. Let me go grab a ladder and see what's going on with these two lights. And then I'll move back to that fluorescent back there. Sometimes popping the breaker twice can do it too. So let me go try that. And sometimes we want these on full. That way they for sure get popped. That one's still not working. Okay, so we still have this one that's not working right there. And the fluorescent one in the back that is not working. All right, so it looks like it was just a power issue, not connected all the way. This one might be the same issue. Yeah, so what I think the issue is they're pulling too much power all at the initial turn on. And so these are probably the last two on the chain, depending on how far they're actually being ran to get plugged in, if I were to guess. Alright, so that one's taken care of. Those two are taken care of. Let's move over to that one. So we unplug it, plug it back in. All the lights are working now. Wonderful. Cool. We are in a full video studio now. We have something interesting to look at. We've got the black screen there. And this one I'm going to do the chair, or get as close to it as I can. Alright, let's go start turning stuff on. Oh, actually one more thing. Let me pull this out. This BNC is actually a playback. And what it does is it allows you to set up a video monitor. And let me go grab the video monitor, TV screen, however you want to call it. I think of it as a news anchor's screen. You always see them standing next to a TV on the news, showing the most recent events. So we got this. We got these little twist locks, coffin locks undone. Twist locks out. This one's out too. Alright. And in here we have a TV. I want to set that out of the way. We'll set this one out of the way. So on this, the TV actually comes up out of here and twists. So what we're looking to do is there's a release on it. And for us, the release is right here. And then we want to make sure these are not tightened down. So you release the release. And this will lift out. We'll go to about as high as we can on this without pinching cords or anything like that. We'll tighten these up as we twist. So, and then this guy is going to twist this way. just like so. And then within here, we should have a power cable, which looks like it may be down here. And this power cable goes in the back right there and into the wall. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug this guy in. And into the wall there. Pull this guy back, and then back to the BNC that we had laid out earlier. We can run this into the back of the TV, right next to where the power goes in. Alright, and it's twisted in there. Alright, we've got no signal, which is fine because we don't have anything powered up.